Chuck Lawson, 901PrepScoop.com. High school basketball season is over with. Congratulations to our state champion, Overton High School. Other teams that perform well there: Douglas High School, Briarcrest High School, state runner up; Douglas state runner up; Bartlett High School girls state runner up as well on the girls side. So congrats to those teams, those coaches. But just kind of want to come here today. Want to give a quick look at a way too early top five high school teams for next year. I know you're saying, Chuck, why you doing it so early? Just kind of want to create a little banter, a little conversation, about the season next year because, as we know, we love basketball here in Memphis, and people are already kind of talking about it. Who's going to be good next year? I got that question a couple of days ago, so kind of wanted to, look at it and kind of make some comments on it. Um, I would probably say number one overall would probably be um, I would have to say probably Briarcrest. Briarcrest brings back Jay Nash, Cooper Haynes, Connor Mansell, Whit Altmaier, Fred Smith will be a sophomore who should be in that starting role next year. Jay Nash is the best point guard in Tennessee. Um, he's one of the top 4 or 5 players in Tennessee. Um, Cooper Haynes is the best shooter, maybe in the area. So you have to look at them as being, right there. That's that number one team. But you can't go wrong with my number two. My number two, again, I won't be long. My number two will probably be Douglas High School. They bring back 4 starters. They're going to miss um, Tyler Johnson, 6'5" forward, who was a senior this year. Also, Briarcrest. We mentioned back Briarcrest. They're going to lose Jacob Gazzo as well to Ole Miss. But Douglas, again, state runner up. Did a great job this year. Just kind of came up a little bit short, but do return 4 starters next year. From what I'm hearing, I heard they got a player that transferred in from Millington High School. I was told that by a good source who was a starter at Millington, so that should help them out a lot. 6'3", 6'4" kid. I won't say the name yet, but people will find out soon enough. Um, Taquez Butler, Herman Powell, Marjavis Chandler, Joshua Thompson, Jamon Brittman, who was the unsung hero for them at the state. Krishan Bond, 6'7", huge kid who could be in the starting lineup next year for them. I'm not sure, but I mean, a lot of upside. I think he's only a sophomore. Next will probably be Bartlett High School. I know that's kind of, they didn't do what they wanted to do this year, but I think they'll be a little bit, they'll be older next year with KJ Network being older. They still have Christian Austin. They still bring back Jack Shackelford. Um, they have some pieces: Rashad Williams, DJ McIntyre being a bigger role, Elliott Driver, Quay Hampton, Tyler Mosley, all guys that will have much bigger roles next year. Most of those guys will be seniors and juniors, I'm sorry. So Bartlett would be probably my number three. My number four would probably be FACS, and they really could be number three. But FACS is going to return a really, really young group again. Douglas and FACS are young; they can make runs for the next 2 years. MJ Hayes, Celo Jackson, our ninth grader is really good. From what I've been hearing, Antonio McGahee will be a ninth grader next year. Plays something at the end of the year as an eighth grader. Um, they'll lose a couple kids like Grant Spain, their shooter this year, but they're returning pretty much their whole core. Chris Carroll, Jacob Walker, who I love at the point guard position, really shifty, can score. Chris Carroll can really shoot the basketball. Haynes is a scorer. Jackson kind of can do it all a little bit. This is going to be a really good team and a scary team for the next couple of years as they get older. My fifth team is really kind of a toss-up between these two teams, Ridgeway High School and I would say Lausanne. I may give the edge to Lausanne because they have a little bit more returning. Ridgeway did lose key piece, with Chris Shields and some other guys that helped as well, but they do return probably their two best players, Emmanuel Allen and Brian Carter, who blew up this year in my opinion. 6'5", can really score a great mid-range game. Emmanuel Allen's a back to the basket post guy, got some face up and go as well in him. He'll be a senior. I think Carter will be only a junior, I think, next year, so that's big for Ridgeway. With Lausanne, Tyler Wilson, Marvis Davis, Coach Davis' son, that can shoot it, can really shoot it. They're losing two really good players in Jamarcus Powell and Seth Granberry, but they do have some pieces returning. Jaden Batchelor, 6'4", 6'5", forward. He'll be asked to score a little bit more next year. Daniel Tolles. Like I said, they have some pieces coming back. Carson Boyle. It's all about finding having that guard to go along with those, those forwards and those wings for Lausanne. And Granberry and Jamarcus Powell will be heavily missed, especially early on in the season. So that's it. That's my rundown. I know you probably thinking, man, where's Overton? They just won a state championship. They're losing so much, man. But I know Coach Rose may have some up his sleeve. But they lost that big three. Very happy about Jordan Price getting the UT Martin offer as well. More to come. But that's my top five for next year. The way too early top five for next year's high school basketball. Number 1, Briarcrest. Number 2, Douglas. Number 3, Bartlett. Number 4, FACS. Number 5, Ridgeway. Lausanne's right there. If I had to make a guess right now, I'd say Lausanne. Like I said, they return a little bit more. But that's it. My way too early top five for next year. 901 Prep Scoop. Y'all go visit the site. 901PrepScoop.com. I'm Chuck Lawson.